the beginning, people always thought they knew my story before I ever spoke a word. Who sinned? That was the question, not what's his name, not how is he. Just who sinned? Me? My parents? Apparently someone had to be guilty for these empty eyes of mine. Imagine that. Your entire life reduced to a theological debate of perceived generational sin. I never saw the faces that pitied me. I never saw the people who dropped a coin into my hand while refusing to touch it. I never saw the children staring. I never saw the Pharisees looking through me as if blindness was contagious. I only knew footsteps, silence, the sound of people deciding my worth before they ever knew my heart. But I was born into this darkness, not because God had abandoned me, but because that was simply the life that I'd been given. Every morning, someone would lead me to my place. Every evening, someone would lead me home. A man learns humility when every step depends on another. A man also can learn loneliness in his dependence. But then, one day, everything changed. It started simply enough. I heard footsteps, not hurried, not cautious, but purposeful. And then I heard the question that I had heard 1,000 times before. Rabbi, Rabbi, they said, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? I felt the air pushed out of me as I sighed. Here we go again, another discussion, another argument, another day of being someone's lesson object. But then he answered, neither man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. At first I wondered if my ears might have failed me. Was I hearing this man, this stranger, correctly? For nobody had ever spoken about me like that. He had not referred to me as a curse, not as a mistake, not as a punishment, but as someone whose life could display the glory of God. For the first time, I didn't feel broken. I felt seen. And then I heard something strange. He spat upon the ground. I heard fingers working through dirt. Before I could ask why, his hands touched my eyes. There was mud. It was cool to the touch. He was gentle, steady, intentional. And then he spoke. Go, wash in the pool of Siloam. That's all. No trumpets, no great ceremony, no dramatic announcement, just a command, go. And so I did, still blind, still covered in mud, still trusting a voice I had only known for moments. Every step towards that pool was an act of faith. People probably laughed. Maybe they stared as I fumbled my way unaccompanied. I couldn't tell. I only knew I had to keep walking. And then, the sound. I could hear the water. It was cool water. I knelt, and I cupped my hands, and I washed. And suddenly, light. How do you explain light to someone who's never seen it? and color and movement and faces. The sky sparkling off the transition between water and air. You see, the world wasn't just sounds anymore. It was beautiful. Oh, the very first face my eyes ever truly saw was that of a tired man staring back at me. It was my own reflection, and tears were running down my cheeks, and my heart ached. It burst in ways unimaginable before this, lost in a sea of mountainous colors, newly fathered to familiar smells and sounds. Then it was the faces of people completely confused. Some said, "Isn't this the man who used to beg?" Others, "No, he only looks like him." Imagine that. They recognized my blindness more than they recognized me. "I am the man," I kept telling them. "It is me. I am the man." And then came the questions, endless questions of how, who, what happened. I only knew one answer. The man called Jesus. That's all I knew. His name. I didn't even know where he was, but I knew what he had done. Then they dragged me before the Pharisees. It's funny, isn't it? The only man in the room who had actually received a miracle was treated like he was a criminal. They questioned me. They questioned my parents, questioned my honesty, questioned the miracle. They questioned Jesus, anything except their own hearts. And finally they said to me, "Give glory to God. We know this man is a sinner." I laughed, not because I understood everything, but because some things don't require eyes to see. Whether he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I do know. I was blind and now I see. Simple, undeniable, irrefutable. Truth doesn't become false simply because powerful people refuse to believe it. The more they pressed, the bolder I became. I even asked them, "Do you want to become his disciples too?" I probably shouldn't have smiled when I said it. They threw me out, cast aside. I had been rejected again. And then the one the Pharisees rejected, the Jesus, came looking for me. Do you hear that? He came looking for me, and he asked me, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" I answered as honestly as my heart could. Who is he, sir, that I may believe?" And then he spoke words that I'll never forget. "You have seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking with you. I am." Seen him? Think about that. It was not "I was" or "I will be," but "I am he. The one speaking with you. I am." The first miracle wasn't opening my eyes. The first miracle was that God himself chose to stand before a beggar, to let that beggar behold his face. The light of the world looked into my eyes to see me, to really see me. What else could I do? I fell before him. "Lord, I believe, and I worshipped." To this day, people still remember me as the blind man. I don't. Blindness was only the beginning of my story. The miracle wasn't that I received my sight. The miracle was that I finally saw the one who had been looking for me all along. Some people can see every mountain, every sunrise, every face, and still never recognize God standing before them. I spent my whole life in darkness. Yet the day I met Jesus, I became the man who truly saw. I became the man who truly saw. And from that day forward, I vowed to live with my eyes open, to truly see, to see the world as it was meant to be seen, through Him, with Him, and for Him. And now, I see Him everywhere. Everywhere.